Hope you're doing good. Micah back with another video. Back here to talk about the Honda Civic Sport hatchback over 4,000 miles later. Yes, I'm sorry. It's been a little bit since I have talked about the car. And that's because life has been busy and I still haven't really done that much. I've just kind of really been living in the moment with the car. But there are some things I've definitely learned about the vehicle that really is getting on my nerves. And it's really because it's 2024 and yet Honda is still stuck in like 2015. So let's get into that. We're gonna start as usual with the exterior of the car. And as you guys know, she is still a beauty. Oh my goodness gracious. Of course, I got that platinum white pearl, and white really does do a pretty decent job of staying clean. I've washed it one time and I used Jay Leno's products to do that car wash. We went to a little spot where you could do a manual car wash. Since I live in an apartment complex, it's a little harder to do that in an apartment complex, so we had to go somewhere. Actually cleaned it very, very well. I mean, part of the sheen and shine that's still here is from that car wash. And like even trying to get close up on it, you can see that the flakes are still clean. There's no scratches in the paint. Just now some dirt that needs to be washed off. We washed it about a month and a half ago, about six to 8 weeks ago. So almost 2 months ago is when we washed it. It was definitely around like the 2,000 to 2,500 mark, I think, when we ended up doing the car wash. But she came out just shining. It's just, ooh, ooh. You already know, baby. Yes, she is still in one piece, rocking out very, very strong. And if I sit here real quick, you know we gotta get that thumbnail for her. Bow, just like that, you know what I'm saying? So, how's she been otherwise? The driving experience has been very pleasant. I don't really still use the trunk that much. As you guys know, the trunk is still the same old. I would have my car cleaner products in here, but I clean the car, so I don't need them in here. Try to keep it light, try to keep her light so that way she stays quick on her feet. But I keep my little tool bag in here just in case anything happens with friends, family, us. Got that in here. But the trunk stays empty, and I've definitely learned to use this to actually pull the trunk down, because like trying to pull up here and even here, that's what they got these handles for, just using enough force on these handles. So shout out to the Honda Civic Sport hatchback, and I really don't regret the purchase. It's kind of funny though, because maybe I mentioned this in another video. When I was actually kind of perusing vehicles, me and the wife, we stopped by Honda first, ended up grabbing this, but we went and stopped by Volkswagen the next day, and there's so many more upgrades in the Volkswagen for 2024 that's slightly cheaper in price by about $1,000 to $2,000 interior wise, because exterior is fine either way. But what was also nice is at least the Jetta also came with like a safety kit and like an electric kit in the back, a battery kit or something like that. And this car didn't come with that. So Honda is very basic. That's why I kind of related to an iPhone, because when it comes to user friendliness, you could arguably say that for the Civic, but it's also very bare bones in terms of the features that you get and or that you will get maybe over time or if you upgrade, right? So now that we're done with the exterior, let's jump on the inside. My AC is on because it's 90 something degrees right now. As you see, it's 93 degrees if we zoom in, and that's probably still the temperature in the car, or maybe it's outside. Regardless, if we back on out, back in real quick, you see 4,300 miles on the dash. She's been driving very, very well. I've been enjoying all of this fun jazz. If you watch the overlay video that I have going on right now for you guys, you will see that the new Apple CarPlay is also in here. Not necessarily Apple CarPlay 2.0, because that's for like more higher end vehicles, but Siri primarily was upgraded because of iOS 18 and Apple Intelligence, and you're gonna start seeing some of those features roll out if you have CarPlay in your car. And for the Honda Civic, whenever I press this button right here, sorry about that, when I said the word, it actually cut the video. That's very weird. But you'll see that you'll get the new animation, and you'll see new wallpapers that you can choose from for your dash. So nice to see that little small touch. Does make the Civic feel a little bit more updated in the interior. But one of the things that has really ticked me off in this car is, if we zoom in, this USB-C port has been killing me. And it's a USB-A, which again, kind of strange, because all you got to do is put a put this here, and then just grab yourself for charging purposes. Now, if you're talking about connecting to the car, most phones now have a USB-C to USB-C or USB-C to Lightning cable, or what or have you, or include both, right? Instead of USB-A. The reason why this USB-A has been getting on my nerves is because the first cord I had in here, if you guys remember, was a black cord, but it was very loose in terms of the USB-A port. So whenever I would move my phone, it would disconnect, and I would have to unplug and replug either from here or from the phone. Well, I switched the cord out to this beautiful OnePlus Red USB-A to USB-C cord, and now this actual USB-A connector, the male connector, feels like it might be a little too big for the actual port. Very strange. I've had to finagle with it. I'm always scared I might actually break my USB-A port, but I've had to finagle with it to get it in there, and hopefully, my wife will update her iPhone 14 this come around, so that way we can get rid of this blue cable, because we have a blue cable in here for her because of Lightning. So hopefully we can get rid of this blue cable, and we only have this one cable that can be plugged in for USB-C, for the aux, for the car, to enable wired CarPlay. And again, that's one of those features that I'm, a little bit saddened over, because the radio dash does not have wireless CarPlay. This actually wouldn't even be a problem with the cable if the dash actually had wireless CarPlay. I'm probably going to always complain about that, because I want these videos to reach Honda and fix that issue. Yes, I've reported on it in times before that they will be offering wireless CarPlay as an update to like certain Honda vehicles, like the Accord, I think, the HR-V, maybe the CR-V, the Odyssey. Just bring your vehicle into the dealer and they'll update the head unit for you so you can have wireless CarPlay. Hopefully that trickles down to the Honda Civic, because I would definitely like that. Maybe I'll even stop by there to see if that will come to fruition. But that is one of the problems that I just will always speak about in this car, is the fact that there is no wireless CarPlay. I love using Auto Temp in here. Auto Temp has been doing wonders, because it's easy. Just turn it on, adjust the temp, and it'll do its thing. This auto idle gets annoying, especially in the heat, considering the fact that the engine cuts off, so the air goes from cold to warm really fast. So a lot of times this gets cut off, especially during the summertime, because it's just nonsensical to really have it. I don't use brake hold as much anymore, which is interesting. I think it's just because I like the car to roll off when I let off the gas, as opposed to being stuck in the spot. And this is really good for like drive-through situations, and even then you just have to remember the fact that you have brake hold on, so when you let go of the gas, or let go of the brake pedal, hold up. You don't have to have your brake pedal engaged at all once you have this on. The whole point of what I'm saying is you have to remember to apply gas in order to actually move, and so that's one of the things I've had to deal with. So for those reasons, I don't really use it as often anymore. And believe it or not, you see I'm in econ mode. That's all we hang out in, is econ mode. That's the best way to get the most gas out of this car, because that's another issue that I've kind of noticed. They claim, was it 29 and 38 or something like that for gas, or 28 and 39 for your gas mileage. And to be fair, we do a whole lot more city driving. Like, surprisingly, we're at 4,300 miles. We've had the car since April. So you're looking at April to May, May to June, June to July, July to August. So we've had it for 4 months, like nearly on the dot, 4 months and like 3 days or whatever, 4 days. And that's about 1,000 miles a month at that point. However, it's really only balanced out the last 2,000 miles, because the first 2,000 miles we did a road trip. It was about an 800-mile road trip to Asheboro, North Carolina. And the second or the road trips before that was 2 trips to Atlanta, which is about an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute drive. So you're arguably looking at about 400 miles there. So we put 1,200 miles on this Honda Civic pretty fast in the first month and a half of driving. Since then, it's been a whole lot more chill. Like between March and May, we were driving to Perry, Georgia, which is about 20 minutes away. So you're looking at a 40-minute round trip drive for a couple months, at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3. So that's how we may have accumulated some miles, and that was a little bit more highway miles there as well. But a lot of this has been city driving, which on one hand is bad because of the kind of air that the engine will be inducting. So you won't get as clean air since you won't be on the highway. But it's also not as much mileage, which means my engine also isn't really sucking up that much bad air or polluted air. So it's kind of a balance from that perspective. I'm happy because at this rate, if we do balance about 1,000 miles a month, we're only looking at 12,000 miles a year that we're put on this. So give or take 5 to 6 years from now, in 2030, we would only have about 60 to 70,000 miles on this, which is spectacular. So this car will last us for a good period of time. So all in all, how has it been really driving this car? Again, I've been enjoying it. I barely use sport mode. I want to, but I also know that sport mode definitely does deplete the gas a whole lot faster. And for as much get up that you really don't get in sport mode, it's not really that attractive to even drive in. Like normal to me is better balanced than sport mode in the Honda Civic Sport, which is crazy. It's just weird decisions like that Honda decided to make, and I'm hoping that going forward with the newer Honda Civics, because the 2025s are already out, they're all hybrid engines, and have fun with that, if you will. Be careful with the turbos. You don't, no more naturally aspirated engines for 2025. Maybe that comes back in 2026, but I'm hoping that in 2026, 2027 and up, they start making these more basic needs or features like wireless CarPlay. Get rid of some of this piano black in here. We don't need the piano black, but I think a nice just basic black will work, because that piano black gets dirty really quick. It's just decisions like that. Even the armrest, cloth. This should be not cloth. This should be much more kind of pleather, or the sport leatherette should be this material. The seats should be a little bit more this material in general than the cloth. It's like just weird cost-saving decisions that don't make no sense for a car that almost starts off at $30,000. Like when you consider $30,000 for a vehicle, you start looking at what else is on the market, and that's why I mentioned the Jetta. The Jetta provides a lot of value for $27,000. That's the SE model, I believe. That's not even like, this is the Sport, which is like just above the LX, and you get some of those nice, external or exterior cosmetics, but when you come inside, it still can feel a little empty. I would even say, low-key, a hot take, add the automatic lock and unlock feature on the door handles to all 4 handles. The reason why that can be annoying is because when you go to the back, let's say you put groceries in the back seat, or you just have something in the back, you're just so used to just putting your hand in and unlocking the car and then pulling a door handle, that when you go to the back handles, you try to do the same thing and it ain't working, and you're like, oh God. So now you got to reach for the front, engage it, and then come back to the back door and then open it. So it's just like small stuff like that I don't think would cost a lot to put into the car where the price needs to even change. Considering the Civic's a little bit more expensive than the average car around in this segment anyway, make it worthwhile. Like this car starts off like $2,000 to $4,000 more than its brethren's, as in like the Toyota Corollas, the Volkswagen Jettas, the what else? The Nissan. Ooh, I don't think it'd be the Altima. I think it'd be the Nissan Sentra, I think. Like all those vehicles come in relatively lower and offer almost all of these features. So it's like, Honda, if you really want to stand out, offer these features for us, so that way we can actually kind of gloat a little bit about some of these basic features that really are basic in 2024. We're not in 2015, we're not in 2010, 2005, we're in 2024, and there's a lot of just simple simplistic things that they can do with the car to make it that much better. So I didn't want to hold you guys too long, but I did want to bring my Accelerated Tuesdays back for today, Tuesday, talking about my 2024 Honda Civic Sport hatchback. I love the hatchback model. I love the sedan too. I saw the sedan, and the sedan is very, very fire. I'm still working on getting the tint. The tint I want to get is like $600, so it's expensive. I just don't have $600 laying around. But that will be one of the first things that you see done to the car. The first mods is the tint. Maybe I even will try to hook up with a local tint company, and anybody that lives in the Georgia area or near Georgia, maybe I can try to score a discount for you guys for checking out the video and actually going to that tint maker. So I'll see if I can work something like that out, but definitely for now, I've still been rocking it out, really learning the car, understanding how she drives, understanding the nuances of using certain features, and just sitting in the car. The car is very comfortable. The seat is very comfortable. I have no regrets there. Overall, it's just a very, very clean, nice car to own and have. And despite those little gripes here and there, 4,300 miles in, I would still easily recommend this Honda Civic. And it would make it a lot easier to recommend it, or even have less concerns or complaints, if they just make those subtle tweaks that I've been talking about every Honda Civic video I've dropped so far. So appreciate you guys for supporting and watching. Let me know down in the comment section below if you drive a Honda. How have you been enjoying it? What model do you have? Have you driven a Honda before? Are you thinking about it? I got this one from Hughes Honda in Warner Robins / Bonaire, Georgia. It's one of those two cities. Off of I believe it should be off of oh my goodness, what's that? Off of Moody Road. So shout out to Hughes, shout out to Jessica and Ronnie for being great assistants, great help, great contacts there. I think her name's Loretta, who's the service lady there. Shout out to them, because they definitely hooked us up with a good deal. So I can always shout them out. Again, the comment section is open for discussion. But again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, notification bell. It's all free. That way it's a video, so you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. And don't forget to hit that super thanks button down there by the like and dislike button, Cash App and PayPal. And check the channel out for all the videos available to you. That's the way to keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. Drew and Micah signing out until the next video. Wait for it.